I'm here. I had costume changed too. It was wonderful. Uh, just like NFL Week 3. Look at that segue. Um, yeah, another great week. Unless you're a fan of the team that I'm wearing. Yeah, really bad. We'll get to that. Let's start off with Jets and the Patriots. This game, I thought I had some hope for, right? Because both teams were kind of okay. Started off the season okay. And yeah, I thought this was going to be a pretty good game. I was wrong. The Jets just kind of absolutely dominated these guys. Their run defense was bad leading into the week. I keep learning that that's not a good way to tell things, especially with how last night's Thursday night football went. But either way, yeah, Jets walked away with another win. Their second win on the year. They are now 2-1. Obviously, it's a little too early to talk about standings too much, but hey, they're doing really good in a division that's looking a little rough right now. Sending the Patriots down to 1-2. Hey, that's how you do it. The other game, AFC East, because we will talk about the Bills way later, is the Miami Dolphins took on the Seattle Seahawks, and Dolphins kind of looked like how we thought they might without Tua Tagovailoa. They looked really rough. It kind of looked like their offense is starting to get figured out. I guess we'll find out on Monday Night Football this week. But for now, yeah, Miami looked rough. Seattle's defense came to play. They even kind of got a few really good throws off on them. Pretty dominant win for the Seahawks. A really good start for them, 3-0. And their division's all banged up, and they're celebrating that all the way home. NFC East, Commanders will get to go last because they were technically the last game of the week. So we will start with the New York Football Giants as they took on the Cleveland Browns. Giants finally got themselves a win. Giants have a pretty solid football team. They really do. I think there's still some issues in the secondary. I think that their play calling has to be a little limited. They don't really trust Daniel Jones a lot. But overall, their defense just played a really good lights-out game, and they got that win over the Browns. Got them a really good start going on. Malik Neighbors looks like an absolute stud. Things are going good over there in New York for right now. That's another dub. First win of the season for them. Browns also fall to 1-2, but again, we'll worry about standings later. There's still a lot of football to get to. A lot of upsets still going to happen and all that fun stuff like that. Speaking of upsets, I thought the Philadelphia Eagles beating the New Orleans Saints this week was kind of an upset. Both teams now are 2-1. A really good defensive football game. The Saints just kind of walked away from this game. Their offense wasn't anywhere where it was the first 2 weeks, where they were putting up 40s on people. And maybe you could say the Cowboys secondary and the Panthers were just not ready for that week 1, but for right now, yeah, you got to give the Eagles the props. W for them. Making Cowboys fans salty everywhere. Let's go. In the last game we'll talk about for now, the Dallas Cowboys hosted the Baltimore Ravens. This game was a dominant showing by the Ravens for 3.5 quarters. And then the Cowboys started marching back. This game ended up coming down to a touchdown. And yeah, Lamar and his team were able to just kind of squeak by with that win. I think you still got a lot of question marks over there in Baltimore, but the Cowboys might have even more. Hey, what can you do in that case? But for now, I mean, Ravens start off 1-2. Not really a great start, but they'll take it at this point, right? Actually sliding over to the AFC North, we are going to go ahead and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers getting yet another win as they beat the Chargers, and a really good showcase for them. Defense held strong like they said it would all week, and they did exactly that. Really got the job done, really kept the ball moving down the field. Justin Fields looked like, hey, maybe he could be the quarterback of the future here. What a really good start for them, 3-0. Yeah, sending them Chargers down to 2-1. We'll kind of see where everything goes over there in the AFC West, because things are looking a little spicy, a little funky over there as well. But I guess we'll get to that. I think we should probably go ahead and get the big one in the NFC North out of the way. The Green Bay Packers came to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans. This was probably the worst football game I've seen from the Tennessee Titans, and I've watched so many football games of the Tennessee Titans. They were awful blocking. They were awful throwing the ball. They couldn't run the ball. They didn't even try to run the ball. Play calling was bad. Defense was bad. They couldn't stop a very basic offense. And don't get me wrong, this was a masterful job by LaFleur. But the fact the Titans just could not figure out that, hey, they were motioning here, they were motioning there, really makes you ask a lot of questions right now, especially since they're going to be taking on the Miami Dolphins here soon. And that team is really a big track team just kind of on the field. Yeah, this was awful. This was one of the worst things I've ever seen from them. And it's hard for me to believe in the Titans after this game. I really think Green Bay's got something. I really think that they're a good football team, so all credit to them. What can you say? Congratulations to them. The Chicago Bears went to the Indianapolis Colts and went away with a loss. Really good game by Caleb, though, honestly. I mean, he did have a couple turnovers. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Same with Indianapolis. Their turnover problem is still pretty prevalent because Anthony Richardson is just struggling in those cases sometimes. For now, I mean, both of those teams are 1-2. We'll see where their futures lie. They got young quarterbacks. Really good. I think that was a really good showcase of both young quarterbacks. I know Caleb got his first passing touchdown finally to Rome Odunze. Things got it going. Let's go. Who is next in the NFC North? Oh, the Detroit Lions. They took on the Arizona Cardinals, and they beat them. Yeah, what a surprise. I wasn't really, but at the same time, Cardinals have been playing really good football. I really think that they got something going on over there. Shout out to Jonathan Gannon. Shout out to Dan Campbell. I mean, both of these coaches have done a really good job with their football teams. It's really good so far. But, yeah, I'm going to ride with Detroit still all the way to the Super Bowl because that was my prediction starting off, so hopefully that's the case. But right now, their offense really doesn't look like it's gelled all the way just yet. And maybe it'll get there, right? You never know. Jared Goff is Jared Goff. But for right now, I think that they're okay where they're at. They're 2-1. That division is incredibly good, other than maybe Chicago right now. And Arizona, they still got room to grow where they're at. Really young football team. I think they're just a developing team right now. But I can definitely see this team sliding into a playoff run, especially in the NFC, where it's kind of wide open right now because we don't know who's good, who's bad, anything like that. Last game in the NFC. Now, NFC North anyway. The Houston Texans went to Minnesota, and the Texans got absolutely obliterated. Sam Darnold looked good. Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettis did his thing, got it done. Yeah, Vikings really strong start, 3-0. About to take on the Green Bay Packers, if I remember correctly. And that game should be main event worthy. So I'm really happy to see that. Really good to see the Vikings playing really good football. Would be really cool to see them in the playoffs this year. Mostly because I don't think anybody expected Sam Darnold to get there, especially after the J.J. McCarthy injury. Everybody kind of wrote these Vikings off. Really good for them. AFC South, I think we talked about pretty much everybody we can because the Jaguars are the only one left. The NFC South, the Buccaneers, they took on the Denver Broncos. Yeah, this was not pretty. This was not pretty for the Buccaneers. Baker got sacked, I believe it was a total of 7 times. Could be wrong, could have been 8. Bo Nix looked pretty good. Finally got himself a touchdown. I know it was a rushing touchdown, but hey, you'll take it either way. Broncos looked like a more complete team than they had all season, and they will take that. Walk away with that W. Hey, shout out to them. What a good game for them. Happy to see Bo Nix get his first official win. The last team we talk about in the NFC South, just for the moment, is going to be Carolina Panthers. Shout out to them. I'm happy they got the win. But I'm also kind of salty because it probably makes my team the worst team in the NFL right now. But Andy Dalton looked like a man possessed taking on them Raiders. He threw for over 300 yards, 3 tutties, got the job done, got a W. Shout out to him. I'd love to see the Red Rifle kind of get his thing going. And yeah, he walked away with another W. Panthers finally back on top. They finally got a W. Honestly, they look like they have some positive vibes going on. They might be able to get some stuff out of here. AFC West, I believe we've talked about the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers. Chiefs play Sunday Night Football, so we will wait for them just in a moment. The NFC West, this game sucked. Rams and 49ers and the reason why it sucked, because we didn't get to see any of the superstars. Cooper Kupp's gone, McCaffrey's gone, Debo's gone, Puka Nakua's gone. We still had Kyron Williams and Brandon Ayuk, but I think George Kittle might even have been out. But, yeah, Rams ended up kind of getting it off a walk-off field goal because Jake Moody apparently missed one. I actually missed that part. But overall, I wasn't really shocked to see the Rams win. I just kind of really thought 49ers are going to walk away with that win because why wouldn't they? They're 49ers. Yeah, hey, Rams are probably happy where they're at, though. That's a good 1-2 start for them right now. Niners are 1-2. Really not a good look for them right now. It's kind of weird. I don't think anybody expected them to be in this case, but I don't think anybody expected McCaffrey to be out so quickly as well. But things just kind of happened that way. It's time. Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs went down to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. This game had its moments where it was super boring. This game had its moments where there was a little bit of excitement. Overall, I don't think the result was really in question, in my opinion. I kind of figured the Chiefs would win this game. It's just kind of unfortunate how it came down. There was a defensive pass interference call that was missed. Really unfortunate in those cases. But it just is what it is, right? Calls are missed in every single game. It just kind of sucks that every time the Chiefs play, it feels like a call made the difference in a game. And I'm not saying it did. I'm not saying it didn't. But it's just kind of a crap way to end the football game. Because that did take away what could have been a touchdown. So that's what makes it really tough, to be honest with you. But either way, hey, Chiefs are 3-0. They're not complaining. You can't blame them. They're not the ones that are they're not the ones making the calls. 3-0 to start the season. Should have an easy game against the Chargers, especially with no Derwin James. But hey, who knows? We'll see how they started off. Let's get to the first of the Monday Night Football games. The Buffalo Bills took on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And let me tell you, Jacksonville did not look like Jacksonville. Actually, they looked exactly how I thought they would. I didn't think the Jaguars were going to be that great this season, and I was kind of hoping to be wrong because I never want to root for that, to be honest with you. But Buffalo kind of went off on them. Really did. Josh Allen looks really good. Shout out to Keon Coleman getting his first ever career touchdown. Really, they dominated all over the place. Let James cook. I'm going to say his name wrong, but I know Shakir had a really good game as well. And we know Josh Allen's the MVP right now, I think. I know people are saying Sam Darnold. That's probably fair. But I think I'm stick with Josh Allen for now. Really good start for Buffalo. 3-0. Their division's kind of wide open now. Only team they might have hunting them down right now is the New York Jets. I guess we'll kind of see how the Dolphins do with another new quarterback. We'll see. The last one. The Commanders took on the Cincinnati Bengals. And Jaden Daniels had his game. Shout out to him. This was a really good back and forth offensive showcase. Only problem is both defenses still kind of look a little rough. More so on the Bengals side of things. Joe Burrow did his thing. He was getting touchdowns. He was doing all those lovely things. It's rough out here, right? But right now, we just kind of got to take it with a grain of salt and say shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals for getting it done. Commanders taking the lead in their division with a divisional win. Who would have saw that coming? I think they're going to be a pretty fun team to watch this year, especially because the other teams in their division kind kind of struggling a little bit. Struggling just a little bit. Giants, we didn't think a lot of them, I'm sure. Cowboys looking a little rough right now, and the Eagles seem to want to give everybody the football games. But for now, hey, shout out commies, get it done, right? That's gonna be it for me for now. I have a plan for a video tomorrow. We'll see if we get it done. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe before I sneeze. And definitely check it out. Alright, happy to see you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your